Okay, now it's being recorded. Okay, we're being recorded. That way I can go back and just, if there's anything, I'm trying to archive all these. But anyway, so Vimeo or YouTube, what do you, just all of them?
Well, here's the thing, as far as my experience with those is Mel had a business YouTube, Vimeo, and it gives you the ability to, it's just it doesn't over compress like YouTube does.
Yeah, you're right.
Some places you can use the embed just like you can a YouTube, and some places are just want YouTube. I think I just ran into that recently, but it's a better quality video, and on your page you can make videos public, private, or keyword security key accessible. So for instance, if there was something in-house work that you were doing and you just wanted to share it with us, you could just give everybody this particular link and it wouldn't show on your public page. Right. And you can choose in that pro level whether to
yeah, it does give you more options.
It gives you tons of options, and it does some amazing analytics.
Yeah,
like you can tell. Yeah, that was the thing that I found really useful on when we did Coweta. We were able to see how many people viewed, what city they were in when they viewed it, how many minutes, exactly where they dropped off.
Yeah,
it's just,
YouTube doesn't do that. You're right. Okay,
it may be something that we need to talk about, Patty, as far as, that may be, rather than everybody getting an individual business page, maybe seller choice, maybe that's something we want to look at from a seller choice team point of view.
We have a team page.
The team Vimeo page, because we're looking at renewing ours, and I think it's like $500 or something. And so I can't hear you, Patty. You're muted.
It would make sense to do it as a team, and that way we're funneling all of the videos and the properties and stuff like that to the one site. So yeah, I'll get with you about doing that.
And maybe that's something that we can do, out of a little bit out of the budget of a couple of different sales to cover the cost of it, like that.
Yeah, no worries, because I do this as well as the benefit auction, so I definitely need the page. So yeah, but it's just different.
Yeah. So I guess that's the main focus of this today is just to say, hey, here's where we are. We've got, it's up on the FMLS and the MLS, and it's already, I just did a Google search before I sent Jeff and Jack an email the other day and said, it's already on at least 13 sites that, from filtering out from the FMLS, Georgia MLS, right? And we can,
more than that, but
yeah, that's just a real basic Google search. It pops up if you search the address. And then I think, we have a whole list on our marketing plan of places that it's going to go. So that includes, and that's on that Google sheet. Now I've shared that our budget sheet with you and Patty, but that's it, George.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying. I think it's best for us to control the marketing side, and I think Marta.
Let me let Marta in.
Great.
There you are.
Hey, sorry. I took my neighbor to the doctor.
Oh, what a nice lady. No
worries.
Yeah. How's everybody? Sorry, I'm late.
We're good. We're just checking up. So I'll just jump right in. We have, it's on the FMLS and Georgia MLS. Thank you, Marta, for getting that over. It's already popping up on the aggregate sites, and that's good. We've already gotten 2 calls from brokers who we sent broker registration forms to. It's on the bid page site, so we'll be sending links to that. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The marketing text is almost complete. I'm going to share it with you guys as soon as we get off this call. And please take a look through. I've taken, Marta, just so you know, I've tried to take information from your previous listing, which is beautiful, and your LoopNet listing, and the appraisal, and the seller's disclosure, and then any information I've gathered from different sources, and tried to make one kind of compilation of all of that. And that'll be the marketing text that we put on the site, and then we're going to update the listing sites as well. Today we're going to create our first Facebook listing, and I'd love for you guys to share. And I think that was what we were just talking about with George. On the Facebook and any other marketing, what we want it to do is we want the main marketing to come from seller choice, and then have you guys share the content. You can put whatever commentary you want, but keep the content like you're sharing our content. And I also mentioned to George too, if you have suggestions, if you say here's some text that would look good in a Facebook ad, and these pictures I thought were really cool, share that. I'll create the ad and then tag you, or you can share it like that. But we just don't want to create original content from different sources. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And the other thing is our Facebook marketing, now that we've got everything kind of the basic setup, I'm sending all that info. Once we get it posted on Facebook, I'm sending that info to our Facebook guy who's going to create that program. And I'll be talking to all the other listing sites and our Google ad guy today as well. And I remember, Marty, you had mentioned the commercial network.
Yes.
I'd love to get an email ready for those. How does that work? How does that work to share on that network?
Have Amy Gant give you access to the commercial website on BHHS.
Okay.
Are you able to share it, Marta? Like if she does it, if you already have access to that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, cool. I guess that's it. I think we're moving along. The guys didn't like the first inspection or inspector, and so they're getting another one done, and it should be done by the 20th. So we'll have that to add at that time. And
Do you want to?
So we're not going to
go
have
over
it open on the 19th, the open house on the 19th?
right. So what we did was we changed the, and this will be on the text that I'll share with you after this. We changed the first open house date. And this one's by invitation. I mean, not invitation, by appointment only. And we already have one tentative appointment. It'll be on the 26th. And like I said, I'll share this with you guys, but it's going to be on Sunday, the 26th from 1 to 3 by appointment only. And so people will need to have filled out the broker registration form or the bidder registration form to get to have access on that day. And then on the 2nd and the 15th, there'll be just regular open houses.
Okay, on my quick question, on my business Facebook page, I am changing, would it be okay to change that main photo that I have and put the photo of HighGate and say coming soon, seller's choice auction?
Yeah, is it coming soon, or is it?
No, when are we going to start marketing? I don't want to say.
it's already in the
Well,
FMLS
yeah.
and go ahead, Patty.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, it's ready to go. But yeah, you can, the auction period is open from, what's the dates of, is it the 4th through the 18th, Amy, or what is it as far as the actual bidding site open? I think that's,
Well, I think they're already be able to register on there, aren't they, Patty? But we
Yeah.
just
right.
open bidding until then. I mean, it's kind of, it's kind of, we can open it, whatever your experience has been. We've played around with it a bunch of different ways, having it open as soon as you accept registrations, or you can wait and open bidding later. Just really kind of 6 of 1, but they can.
Back to what Marta was saying about, I'm sorry, back to what Marta was saying about the picture. Melanie's going to put those overlays on the auction photo, right? Amy's saying something about the luxury auction on there.
Yes.
And if Marta, if there's a certain picture that you like, if you want to just tell her, she can make sure she puts that overlay on it for you, because then on the picture it says about the luxury auction.
Okay.
Amy, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Amy, tell me again, when is the actual auction date? What's the hard date?
The deadline is, and the actual auction date is August 18th, which is a Tuesday at 1 p.m. And we'll be there at the property starting at 11.
Yeah,
People
I have it. Yeah, I had it written down. Do we want to do anything virtual or live when we do these open houses?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you want. I mean,
yeah.
Because I can help with that. I know I can.
Yeah, Facebook Live.
If you want.
Yeah, I love it. I think that would be really smart. And Marta, let me just jump back a second. On your Facebook business page, you're going to want it, you're putting it on the header?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll give you the right size photo for that. Okay.
And then did we get the final on the video, George's video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
we're good to go.
Are we allowed to put that on any of my Facebook pages or not? Am I allowed to send it out to my prospects?
Patty?
And in that email, I was going to direct them to call you, Amy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want to send over one, Amy, because that's going to be one of your marketing materials, is an email including that, but you can make it so she can just cut and paste it instead of it being a share from her. Just make it be, from her, and then she can add any commentary as well, just so you cover the compliance issues for the auction.
Well, I would be directing all questions over to Amy, but I do.
Right.
I'm going to put that list together, all the prospects. I have over 50.
That's wonderful. So that's the other thing, is that we have a prospect sheet that I think I shared with you. Let me make sure I'm popping off here to my internet's slow. You should have received.
Remember seeing it.
I sent it last night or early this morning. Let's see if it'll open. Let's see who shared.
Can you share the screen? I'm not quite sure. I think you can. Let's see, Amy. Anyway.
On the FMLS, did you get it? On the FMLS listing, are you going to put across that photo auction? I know that Interlux auction company was able to do that. They put auction. I think if someone is kind of just scrolling through there and looking at FMLS listing, even though it's in the body, I think it should be in the photo itself.
When you mean,
Yeah, that's
like a
Melanie's
headline,
doing
like
the
flash
overlay.
across?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
sent it to you guys.
Yeah, we do that too. We put an overlay on a picture, so it says auction.
But on FMLS.
Yeah, on FMLS. Yeah. Yeah, she's doing those this week, and we'll get those up there.
Okay, are you going to send over the verbiage then for LoopNet? Or do I just take what you have on FMLS?
What I want you to use is the marketing text that we have, and you could pull from that, and as long as the information is, do you want me to?
So use what's on FMLS?
No, because we're going to update FMLS as
Oh.
well.
She might have missed that that might have been what you talked to George about. Can you just send that over in a doc to Marta, Amy? Just like cut and paste that in a doc.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll send that over to you in a little bit, Marta.
Okay.
And then with the latest, you're going to have in there too, the latest link, right? For the videos that George made.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
And I was thinking, since I got locked out of Vimeo, let me get the Vimeo thing going. If it helps, I'll resend everybody. So there'll be 4 links, 2 to the longer one, 2 to the shorter ones, 2 from YouTube, 2 from Vimeo.
Okay.
But which one do we use? I want to make sure are we all going to use different ones or what?
They're just based on length, right? They're just.
There's a longer one and a shorter one. So
I think the shorter one probably for email purposes.
it's just a link anyway. I would send them both on the email, because the longer one has a lot of the information that somebody that's really interested is going to want to know. And so what I do is I send it in the text, and I'll do that in the verbiage I send you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll include the 2 links. And I would say what I would share with people is the Vimeo link. If George, if you got it up already, once you get them up on the Vimeo, send it over to me. And what I would do is include that in any kind of communications, because on that we can put, George, you can put and I'll get with you a little after this, you can put a click on those videos to click through to the site.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Right. So that I would use those Vimeo links in any communication. So
that
George,
the video and okay.
So then you'll send out the new ones, right, Amy?
Yeah. What we'll do is I'm going to send you. I'll send you an email with how I phrase it. Here's
and then add the 2 links that George is going to add the.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'll just send you the links, Amy, not send them to everybody, and then you'll forward them from there.
I think so it doesn't get crazy and confusing.
Yeah, I agree. So, and also because of the wording and the compliance, since we're dealing with 2 different levels of real estate and auction, so lots of laws going into place here. So yeah, for sure we want to be compliant.
Okay, now on are you expecting all of us to be there the day of the auction, the open houses? What are you thinking, Amy?
I think on the 26th.
Are you going to need help?
Yeah, I think on the 26th, let's see how many people schedule. As many as wants to can, but I mean, that's a lot. So let's see how many people we get scheduled for the 26th. And then the other ones, I would say, whoever wants to come, we can keep our mask.
I was just saying, if you have more than one, you're going to need some help, individual. I think everybody, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
And the day of the auction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have a Berkshire shirt that says Berkshire. So, I mean, if someone is going to have a microphone, they can say, make sure you see someone with the Berkshire shirt on or something. I don't know.
Or just a name tag. We all have our Berkshire name tags too. And we might.
Are you saying something,
Just so
Patty?
that the guests know, I mean, the bidders know who to see. Are you gonna have printed packets then to hand out to the bidders or what?
We'll have some printed materials that'll be there.
Okay,
As far as, copies of the tax docs, copy of the survey, things that people are going to do diligence that people may want to pick up and take with them, but we're not going to, I mean, unless you guys want to, I don't usually find a need to make a whole packet and waste a lot of paper like that, but people can take what they want because all this is going to be available digitally as well.
Is there,
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say, Marta, you put a lot of extensive marketing into this. Is there anything that can overlap, or is it all different now? I'm asking Patty and Amy, I guess.
no, because they took some of the verbiage that was in my listing and kind of fitted in with their verbiage, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, your listing was beautiful, so why mess with perfection? I just added some stuff. I kind of worked you think add some other stuff in. I did want to know if you still have some hard marketing materials, some folders or flyers or anything like that. If you wanted to, what we could do is get have printed the little removable sticker that says auction and the date. We could use those so they're not just wasted if you want to.
No, I really don't have any more. I mean, but we can order them through Express Docs and they would contain the auction information instead of my information.
Yeah.
With your number and all, but they're expensive.
Yeah. All right. So we'll figure that one out.
I mean, but they can be printed at the office.
I'm just making notes here.
Yeah, I have some really nice heavy paper that we can use, and just, I can make a pretty luxury flyer for us, if we need to use that for our preview days, our open house days too.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And to put in the info box, the
Did you ask the guys about that, Amy, as far as them being willing to put more papers in there?
Yeah, I will.
You did? Okay.
So the signs, so I'm waiting to hear back from them as to when they're going to deliver and install. And the guys are going to, put out and bring in the push-ins. They said they would do that so they wouldn't get picked up. That was their idea. So we've got 3 directionals and then one large luxury sign that's going out. I think what else?
Yeah, so the final sign, are you going to have 1 or 2 of the large luxury signs? Are they going to be on wooden post or what?
They're just one double-sided 5-foot by 3-foot luxury sign, and the guys are going to pick a spot to put it out front.
So that yours is the cell number on there or your office number?
Yes,
Your cell?
Both.
let me see. I'll send you the mock-up.
Well, no, I have it, but I couldn't remember if it was your cell number and then the office number.
Yeah, it's got my name, my cell, my office. It's got your name, listing agent, your name, and then your website.
Oh, yeah. So that's the office number there. The 9400 is the office number?
Yes.
I don't know if you have the new one or the old one.
I have both. And then,
Okay.
And then you remove my phone number so they can call you directly, correct?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
And then we were
I
talking
guess
about
we'll away from you then, Amy, on the what Mel is going to be doing, the overlays on the photos and stuff, right?
Yeah. She'll work on that probably today. We had to go on the road unexpectedly, so we've got all her stuff here, so she'll put that together today. And so if you'll tell me what, we know you want a Facebook header. Tell me what other, if there's another site you want, let me know.
Can you see where it says that? How am I placing it, George? I can't.
There you go.
See how they
Yeah.
put online auction on FMLS? Can you
Yeah.
see it, Amy?
Yeah, we're gonna do
We
that.
really need to do that to catch someone's eye as they're searching.
Yeah,
And you have it in commercial and residential, correct?
Yes.
Is what I saw, yeah.
See, this is,
I think that stands out a lot versus just, especially because we used the same photo that I've been using and didn't give it any different look.
I don't know. Can y'all see that? I don't know. This was from our last one. That's one of them. It says seller choice auction, but there's other ones that says, you know, this would be say luxury auction. So yeah, it'll be very similar to what they have, what they do.
Good.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm only getting a few of that.
Well, have you talked to the guys at all, Amy, after the home inspection? Because
Oh, yeah.
they're getting another one, I guess. Jeff said on the 20th.
Yeah. They didn't like that guy or his report, so they're gonna get another one, which is fine.
Was there anything glaring in the report? What dare
I
I
haven't
ask?
seen the report. No, he didn't share it. It was just he said it was long and a lot of little things that he didn't like the guy that did it, and so anyway, they're moving on to somebody they know. I guess.
They put a lot of electrical stuff, and a lot of electrical stuff is just, what is it? It's just grandfathered in. A lot of that stuff is just grandfathered in. Okay, there were probably no really codes put out back then. The home is 200 years old.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
There was no code.
so a lot of that stuff is just grandfathered in. It's not going to be built by code. Even some of the homes that we're selling nowadays are not even built by code.
Right.
But yeah, they just didn't get along at all.
Yeah.
And then he said that he put tape over one of the light switches, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, he told me about that. It's like, oh, Lord.
I said, Jack, I told you to sit in the kitchen with your seller's property disclosure and your renovations and talk to the home inspector. That's what you needed to do. Sit him down there. Don't let him do his own thing. Well, the other thing, I mean, I'm sure he was young, he was millennial. So what does he know about a 200-year-old home, historical home? Nothing.
Oh, I wanted to ask you a question, Marta. I mean, I can call the guys, but if you know offhand, they updated the electrical. Do you know when they updated it and how complete it was?
I think it's on that renovation list. I'm not sure. I would have to look.
I didn't. I'll have to look.
It's
again.
attached to the seller's property disclosure.
Yeah, all that I see on there is the roof and the
Additions of, okay.
Yeah, and then the other thing was the windows. I know they did those. Was that last year?
Oh, I'm not sure. He would have to put that in. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to put it in, but I wanted to give dates. So I'll just reach out to Jeff.
Well, he can just add it to the addendum. That way it's all together. Tell him to add it to the addendum.
Windows and the electrical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to just keep.
Now, you know, on the indoor pavilion, those are not glass, it's plexiglass. You know that, right? But I don't know, because if someone were to switch it over to glass, it would be very expensive. I don't even know if do we have to mention that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I did.
I don't know that we would, but
I wouldn't think
obvious.
so for
Yeah.
outdoor pavilion.
No,
It's not like that's a problem. It just
no.
isn't top not, isn't high, they didn't spend the extra money. What else, ladies and gentlemen? I think, it's been quite an interesting ride.
Did I tell you? Didn't I tell you that, George? That's the
Yeah.
first thing I told you, George. And
Yeah.
then they sent me a message. George is not here. The gates are going to be closed.
Oh my God.
Ah,
They like the video.
They love
they love the
the
video.
video. They love the video.
They love George now. Okay, he did an awesome job on the video. I said,
Yeah.
calm down, just calm down. I'm sure there's one new caller, son-in-law.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, how long did it take you before you found out that Jack was the dominant person?
20 seconds.
I said, Jeff, when he yelled at me the first time, I thought, okay.
Yeah. Well, they
The
have
first time, Marta, 2 years getting yelled at.
Yeah, and the thing about it, it's like Jack may be the dominant one, but Jeff is the messenger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, they've got it figured.
Well,
They've got it. It
you
works for
guys
them.
have to let him in. That's all I can say. Don't lock the front gates. He's not going to make another
Right.
trip. Okay, let's just do it together. Whee, that was
Thank you for that.
Oh, well, it all worked out.
I apologized up and down. We really were busy. I should have called. My bad. So sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Live and learn.
Yeah.
So what else, y'all? Patty, do you have anything else for us, George, Marta?
Well, no, I was just waiting for the marketing to, get it going. I'm just, like you said, chomping at the bits to get it out there on my website and on LoopNet and, just to get it going.
Yeah. Well, I will cut and paste the marketing text. And listen, when you are you, if you would prefer, you can go on the Google Docs, but I'll send it to you in a text. If there's something you say, oh, this would sound better this way. I have no ego invested in this. It's just I want to get the information out.
Mm-hmm.
So please feel free to give me feedback on, grammar and and flow and anything that I missed. Certainly, please, let me know so we can make this, really.
Well, that's why I said on the FMLS, it needs to show on that photo online auction,
Yeah, definitely on that. But I'm talking about the text right now. So if you see something that you think, oh, you know what, you need to add that, let's do it. And then you can just, I know if I remember correctly on LoopNet, they limit the characters. Do they still do that or?
On LoopNet? No.
Do they? I'm trying to remember. I know you can also on LoopNet add documents. So we have a new survey. I'll send over to you, and and then also on there, there's a where you can send an e-blast out to people who have shown interest.
Mm-hmm. I have. Yeah.
It's supposed to come with it, right?
That has 150 prospects on that e-blast.
That's great. Can you send on that prospect sheet, if you can create a page and just say LoopNet prospect? I'll create a page that says LoopNet. There'll be like at the bottom little tabs. The first one is prospects, and then I'll make the next one LoopNet prospects. So if you can download that.
No emails, there's just phone numbers.
That's okay. Yeah. What I'm trying to do is
there's just names. There's nothing else.
That's okay.
LoopNet will not share that with us.
Right. What I'm trying to do is create enough. I want to be able to show the guys, look, here's all the people that reached out to us. Here's the people from, incoming. Then here's our outgoing marketing. And here's a list of names of people who were sent an email notification on LoopNet. So if you can just grab that, cut and paste it, or send it to me in an email. I'll pop it in there, however it is. But I'm trying to build a big enough package to show the guys that, hey, everybody's seen this. That's looking in this area, and more than that. So I want to be able to show them, hey, here's why you need to sell it.
Amy, is there then? I think I may have a prospect that we could send an email to. So will there be like one email that comes from the team that we forward? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could send it under my BHHS email, but I just want to make sure we're all doing it the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Amy's going to create an email, and then you can cut and paste it into yours instead of it looking like a forwarded. Then will be. Then you can just sign it with your name.
That's what I'm asking. Thank you.
And also, George, please add all these prospects that you have into that prospect sheet so we can track them and follow up with them together. And you can see what we've done, and we can see what you've done, and just put your name next to it, or you can pick a highlight color that shows your prospects, and just so I can kind of have an overview of what's happening in relationship to the property. And then, after all this, that sheet still, everybody can still share that sheet. It's still, prospects for that area. So if they're looking for property in that ilk or in that area, you still have access to that buyer.
Did you decide then to do the furniture on a separate, or is it going to be all one?
We're hear back from the commercial attorney as to the best way to transfer it for the buyer, because we don't want the value or perceived value of the personal property to affect somebody's ability to get a loan or something on the real estate side. So it's just a matter of how it will transfer, but everything's going. It's just, how are we going to transfer it? Are we going to transfer it with the real estate or via a bill of sale separately? So I'm looking for advice, on the best way to do that for both the buyer and the seller.
Because right now, as we read in FMLS, it says the purchase price includes all personal property.
Yeah, it's more about how they're going to do it at closing.
Yeah,
how they actually transfer it. But it does go with it. It's just, how are we going to do it that will benefit everybody? And they're also already working on the title work, the title package.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be able to post that as well.
And the closing then will be held with Wiseman, correct?
Yes. And I think aren't they looking for a location close? Patty?
Yeah.
Oh, Patty, about that, I talked to the chamber, and they said, we could find you something. Terry Lawler, he said, we could find you something. He said, we don't have to rent a building, but apparently they've got people down there. I don't know if we have BHHS down there in Greene County, but it didn't seem to ring a bell with him. Remember you said it.
No. No, there's no Wiseman down there. So yeah, we'll take them up on that. We'll look for a building that would be good, and and just we'll wait till we're closer out to do that.
And he asked me, and I think I know the answer, but he asked me, why don't you do it at HighGate? I'm like, well, first of all, Jack and Jeff are there. I don't know I didn't know the answer to that. So it has to be an independent site?
For the closing?
Yeah.
The owners have to be there to sign the documents.
No, he just meant, why couldn't we have it at HighGate? I mean, we could. It doesn't.
I didn't know what to tell him.
Yeah, there's no reason we couldn't have it there, but usually you do have it offsite.
Yeah. And especially with commercial, I mean, a lot of times with commercial property, people can just do, they don't have to all be there at the same time.
Maybe we don't want them all at the same time. Is that what you're saying, Amy?
That's a
Actually,
good for.
in my mind. I think it's possible, to just get the docs to them and then get them to the closing attorney, and same with on the buyer side. I think you can do there's a term for it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. But
I think
we
one more
have
thing.
a DHS office in Athens, but I don't know who they use. But I mean, everybody could just drive to Athens, 30 miles away, or we can use the Greensboro attorney that I had assigned to the, be wise, probably just use the Athens office.
yeah, I'm sort of leaning towards seeing if we can't get it done without having a formal, sit down closing.
Mm.
Hey, Amy.
Ma'am.
One of the things we want to make sure next time we talk with the guys is prior, when they were doing traditional sale, they were offering training, but it needed to conclude before closing. And so I think, we have to just clarify that as well, because if they're offering to do training for, whatever it was, the 2 weeks prior to the close of the sale, then we'll have to make sure we have that in some kind of verbiage. Well, that's going to be in your business packet anyway, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and
I don't think they're going to do 2 weeks anymore.
you may want to do just something after closing, because you don't want.
I think so. Scare people.
You don't want to get them all that close before they close.
I think an after closing is much preferred. Just get the money and then you can talk about how to do it. So.
And I think by phone is fine.
Right.
Give
My phone? Well, he's going to have to share the websites if they're going to take the website over and stuff.
Yeah, but that's all.
And the programs that Jeff is using, et cetera,
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily all by phone, but I don't think they need 2 weeks of all living together.
No, I'm saying not 2 weeks. They're not going to do 2 weeks. If they do 2 days, it's too much.
Yeah. All right. Good deal.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, I mean, if let's email, text, whatever. Just if something pops up, just ask right away, and we'll keep this thing running as smooth as we can. It'll probably, if it's like most auctions, it'll kind of start out a little slow. It'll trickle in, and then it'll be like a fire hose towards the end. If fingers crossed.
It better be. It better be. That's all I can say.
So,
That's all I can say. Well, just let me know when to pull the trigger on the marketing. I'm ready.
all right, I'll shoot you something in a little bit.
All right, I'll start working on those snippets and I'll send you the updated links, Amy, for Vimeo.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Appreciate it, buddy.
And
Thanks,
if you need,
Marta.
at
Okay,
any
bye,
time,
everybody. Have a good day.
bye,
Yeah.
Marta. And if you guys
Bye.
need to do another StreamYard, let me know. It's here anytime.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Hey, George, hold on.
Okay.
Hey, on Zillow, it says on their videos, it has to be a MP4/MOV
Right,
file. And
right.
it says 500 megabits. So right now, what's in there is her like flyover video, but I don't know if that's something that would be easily to convert for you, or if it would
I can do
take
Zillow.
too much
So-
time.
No worries. So Zillow, MP4 or MOV, they're two different formats. So I'm doing MP4s.
Okay.
They're saying 500 megabytes or small.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
right now it runs about 900. 1,000 megabytes is 1 gig, so that's half a gig. I could
So
shrink.
maybe even one of those snippets, or putting together two of those snippets, would give us the smaller or something like that. But anyway, It's not required. There's already that video, but I would love to see your energy brought in even on the Zillow side.
Yeah, oh yeah,
rather than-
I think you're right. Yeah, I'll I'll send that to you then. I'll shrink it down for Zillow.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you so
Yep.
much, George.
Okay. All right, Patty.
All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.